Good afternoon, everyone. Before anything else, let me first introduce you to one of the oldest teachers from my hometown. A mushroom. To most people, it's an ingredient, but to those of us who grew up in Sagada, it's also a weather report, a calendar, a family tradition, a lesson in patience, and if you're fortunate, dinner. I call it one of the oldest teachers from my hometown, as it has taught generations of us to wait, to notice, to receive. That's the spirit I want to welcome you into today. And so, in behalf of the community of Sagada that raised me, welcome. I was born and raised in Sagada, and over the years, I've come to realize something rather curious. People think they come to Sagada to see the mountains, but somehow they leave remembering the people. They remember the farmer who offered them coffee, the elder who shared a story, the weaver whose hands seemed to know what to do without being told, the family who welcomed them into their own home. The mountain, beautiful as it is, has always been introducing us to one another. That is the Sagada I'd like to welcome you to today. A Sagada that is more than a destination. It is a community, a way of relating, a place where many things still arrive in their own time, where coffee asks us to slow down, where wild mushrooms remind us that nature cannot be rushed, where native vegetables follow the rhythm of seasons rather than market demand, and where many traditions continue, not because they're old, but because they still make sense. Today's event celebrates mushrooms, indigenous flora, coffee, food, arts, and crafts. But underneath all of these is something even more nourishing: relationships. The relationship between people and forests, between farmers and chefs, between artisans and those who appreciate their work, between elders who carry knowledge and the younger generations who choose to keep listening. People often ask how far Sagada is from Manila. 7 or 8 hours, 12 hours, depending on traffic, I guess, and how optimistic your driver is. But perhaps more meaningful distance isn't measured in travel time. It's the distance between the hands that know the mountain and the hands that prepare its gifts for the table. Today, you've shortened that distance, and I think that's something worth celebrating. As you listen to the speakers who will follow, I invite you to be curious, not only about what grows in the mountains, but about the relationships that allow those gifts to continue growing. Because every mushroom has a story. Every cup of coffee has a landscape. Every woven basket carries generations of patient hands. And every tradition survives because someone believed it was worth passing on. And before I end, allow me to offer one small blessing to every one of you, especially to our chefs, culinary students, our organizers, producers, artisans, foodies, food advocates, and friends. May your curiosity always be as abundant as the forests. May your tables always have room for stories. And may every meal, every craft, and every partnership leave the communities that inspired them a little stronger than you found them. So welcome to Sagada. Welcome to the land of the Kankanaeys. And welcome to an afternoon of shared discoveries. Thank you very much. Dakil ay iyaman kanakayuamin.